It's February the 18th. An environmental disaster on an historic scale has begun. At a copper mine in Zambia, owned by the Chinese company Sino Metals, a dam holding back a reservoir of toxic waste has collapsed. What some experts claim is one of the worst and least reported mining accidents ever has been unleashed. Matched, they say, by one of the worst government and industry cover-ups. It is spewing lethal chemical poison, arsenic, cyanide, uranium, lead, mercury and more. Soon, slicks of dead fish line the river shore. Nearly 2/3 of Zambia's 20 million people live along the vast Kafue river system.
I'm not one that loves to talk about these folks a lot, but it breaks my heart what they do to the African continent sometimes, and sometimes it's because I wonder, how did the African continent get to this stage? What happened in Zambia, the tailing dam that broke out? We are all aware that this dam has a lot of chemicals and stuffs in it that is deadly, and somehow there was a failure in that dam and it broke out, and a lot of fishes died, a lot of water get contaminated, people's life were suffering because a dam broke out. And all of a sudden, we find the largest production of GMO in that country. Because why? They've destroyed that dam and they make sure that it contaminated the ground. You can't plant anything, nothing can grow, you can't fish, you can't do anything. So the only thing that is left for you is to eat GMO. What do we see in Nigeria too? War breakout in Benue. People were died, people were killed, people were massacred. And what did we see? Introduction of GMO seeds. So why? Because they decided to pursue people that was producing the farm. People were working in the farm and they pursued them, because you will find out where those killings happened the most. It was farmlands. People was vegetation. And automatically, if there's war in your farm, you rather produce your life. You rather protect your life than to protect the life of your stocks. It is the same MO everywhere. It causes a problem, provide the solution, then you look at the savior. Look at COVID. They brought COVID out, and all of a sudden we were seeing vaccines and they were looking at like the savior. Must it always be like this? When is Africa going to wake up? When? It's sad, because I'm finding myself very hard for me not to believe that it looks like as if the whole continent is probably just a puppet, and it doesn't have to be like that. Why? Africa needs to wake up. We can do better than what we are doing at the moment. We can start the world in greater measure. Why must we be a dumping ground? Why should the continent be a dumping ground for some set of people? It doesn't have to be like that. We are an important part of the world, and we have a lot to contribute into the global economy, and that's what we should be doing. Not allowing some sect of human beings to be using us as dumping ground and a way to do what they want. I don't know. I'm just kind of really pissed about the whole thing, but you get the drill, right? I would catch you guys later. Cheers.